What's going on? How's everybody doing out there on this wonderful day? So, a few weeks ago, I was down at Epic Bait Mold's headquarters there, and I was just looking around, and they had a couple of display cases on the walls, and the first one I saw was like some of the first molds they made and stuff like that. Really, really cool. Then they had two display cases where they had collaborated with Marlin Baits, and they turned his wooden baits into, aluminum mold and stuff like that. And the first one that caught my eye was the Epic Pud. Yes, I saw the original wooden lure of the Epic Pud. So really, really cool to see that. And I have the Epic Pud right here. Really awesome mold. Right here it is. A big open top there. Big boot tail. Really easy mold to pour in my opinion. But this is the mold where I really learned how to do my pour baits. Of course, my first one was the Epic Sucker. But that one you pour backwards. You pour the head first and then the belly is actually the top of the mold. This one is really where I learned how to do my pour baits. From the belly up, detailing and stuff like that. And as you can see from this mold, it's got a very big opening, very big boot tail. And when you open it up here, you can see how much room you have for detailing. It's not a very big mold. It's only 3.5 inches, but it's got a big belly and a big head. Definitely room to do some detail in there. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to do a really detailed bluegill. I've got a bunch of colors here pulled. We're going to do a skim pour, capsule pour, then do some skim pour maybe on top of that. And we'll come up with some kind of cool bluegill pattern and stuff like that. So I'm going to turn the camera and show you what kind of colors we're working with this Epic Pud. All right, everybody, here is some colors I have pulled for our bluegill. I think we're going to do a monkey shine belly. I think I'm going to take this space grass and then this pumpkin 109 and mix them together for the top. We're going to use this sweet tater for like the kind of like the belly, the chest area. I'm going to put a little bit of this blue in the head. I got the dotting paint right there for the vertical lines. And then for our clear capsule pour, I've got small blue, small purple, small gold holographic, and then this has four different styles of, or four different sizes of glitters mixed together. It really works for doing those capsule pours. So I'm gonna get the first one cooking, and I'll show you. We're gonna do a capsule pour on this Pud. I would do more than one, but I only have one of these molds, so I think we're just gonna start off with just a simple bluegill pattern with a little bit of detail. All right, everybody, so I put a 1/16 of the mixed black glitter in here, and then I'm doing a 1/32 of the gold, blue, and this purple right here. So all of the recipes are going to be in half a cups of plastisol, and I am shooting this in worm, which most people probably won't shoot this. Worm is a softer blend of plastic from Dead On Plastic. Most people will probably shoot this in a medium, but I just like the worm because it really makes that boot tail really kick. So right there is going to be our capsule pour. So I'm going to heat this back up, vacuum it, and then we're going to capsule pour our Pud. All right, everybody, we have got our back of the temperatures at 367 degrees. So you always want it to be a little hotter so it runs good. So I'm going to hold the mold like this. I'm going to fill it up right down the sides. That was kind of all the way back. And then dump it out. Sweet. Just like that. We're going to do this other one. I'm better this way anyways. I'm going backwards. And then dump it out. Sweet, there it is. There's all that cool glitter. All right, we'll let them cool down for a minute, and I'll show you how we're going to clean them up. All right, everybody, one of the fun things to do when you do these capsule pours is to clean up your mold. So you can't leave this right here. So you just sit there and you just push it tight against that lip right there, just with my thumb, and it just rolls right off. And then once you get off your fingers, you can put it right back in there. I got a little bit up here in the front. Same thing. Just roll it off. Just like that. Nice and clean now, ready for some detailing. Same thing with this one. Get all that little boogies off there. And see, I did a better job. I didn't go clear to the belly on this one, but it'll still be just fine. So, and then we can recycle this for later. All right, everybody, once you got your molds all cleaned up and like stuff like that, there might be air pockets underneath your capsule pour. So I like to take my heat gun right here. Don't make fun of my heat gun. I know it's an antique, but it still does the job. And you just want to hit this just a little bit And if you have any imperfections in that plastic, this will fix it, and it'll make it adhere to your mold nice and smooth. Get around that eye socket and that gill plate. Ooh, a little too much. There we go. Perfect. Yeah. And then we're gonna let them cool down for a while. But like now, there should be no imperfections. Look at that nice clean in there. Yeah, nice and shiny. All right, we are gonna let them cool down for a second, and then we're gonna do a little bit of detailing on the head part. All right, buddy, we've already made our next color. It's just 10 drops of this Breaking Bad blue from Dead on Plastic. So the reason I got blue out is I'm gonna try to pour to this gill plate right here. We're gonna do a little bit of skim pouring here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna come in, fill it up to that gill plate, let it run over, and then dump it out. Same thing with the other side. I'm going to pour it in there till it gets to that gill plate and then dump it out. Oh yeah, just like that. So it's a very see-through blue, but you'll see at the end how it works. So, all right, I'm going to hit them with the heat gun one more time and clean. Actually, I'm going to clean up the molds first, in with the heat gun, and then when I bring you all back, we're going to do some bluegill vertical lines. All right, buddy, I just shook this up, so let's just put a little dab right here on this tape. Doesn't take a lot. That should do it. Got my brush here, so I'm thinking like maybe like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, something like that. So take a little bit on this brush. This is a brush that I got out of a razor kit, like clippers. You can buy these on Amazon, but this one's been working pretty good for a while. All right, so I like that one. So like, let's get that. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna go right behind the gill plate for the first one. So 1, 2, 3. Still a little spicy. 2, 3, 2. That's 3, 4, 5. Yeah, let's go with 5, and then we can take this and flip this over, and then we can do the same thing on this side. Get them to line up. And I think we're going to do one more in back here. Yep, that'll work. That looks awesome. Check that out. So here's our first one. And then here's our second one. So we're going to let these dry for a little bit. This is paint. You know, you got to let it dry up a little bit. But then we're going to pour this sweet tater belly next. All right, so another half a cup of plastisol. We put 10 drops of the sweet tater from Work. So I got the mold sitting on this clear plastic like stick here. So the mold is not level. There is a hook slot down in there. And I just want to pour just a little bit of this orange for the belly. I'm going around the camera here, but I don't want to hit that hook slot. Just like that. One more drip. Perfect. I think that's going to come out just perfect. Whew, I was nervous on that one. All right, we're going to make the top color and the bottom color. We're going to set this to the side, let everything kind of cure for a little bit, and then we'll worry about these two colors. All right, our bottom color is made. It's just 20 drops of Monkey Shine, and there's a lot of bubbles in there. I'll vacuum that out. That was a very easy color. Now for this, I got the Space Grass here from Dead on Plastic. We're going to start with, I think, let's go 5 drops, see where that gets us. That is a good color right there. That is exactly what I'm looking for. And then we're just going to put maybe 1 drop of this 109 there. I want to darken up just a little bit. There we go. Let's do a little bench test here. That's still pretty light, so let's do 2 more drops of Space Grass. That's total of 7, and we're gonna do 1 drop of 109 Lure Works. That's a total of 3 drops. Let's see where that gets us. Oh, my spoon is disappearing into it, or my knife. That's pretty good. I'm gonna do 1 more drop of 109, total of 4. All right, let's not go any further. Yep, that'll work. All right, we are going to get our mold. It has been sitting here drying. Everything looks good in there. We're going to get it on the hot plate, reheat this up, and then reheat this up, and then we're going to pour it. Alright everybody, we are up at temperature. We're at 332. I'm going to pour up to the hook slot there. Like I said, this is a very easy mold to pour. It's got such a big open top to it. I'm going to come right to the top of the hook slot. Fill in the head. And that is going to do that. Boom. Alright, we're going to heat the top up. Alright, we got our top up. The temperature's at 327. I'm coming in around the side here. And we're going to start pouring this. I'm going to start in the head here. I'm going for the boot. Oh, I got a little bit off the spill there. Oh, I did it twice. I am going backwards here. Boom. Looks pretty good. Also, I'm going to take this torch and hit the top there. That gets rid of any bubbles. Alright, we are going to let that cook for about 10 minutes on a little bit higher heat. And then let her cool down, and I'll show you what it looks like here in a little while. Alright everybody, while our pud is over here on the hot plate cooking, I just want to show you everything that I dug out. So we had 5 colors that we played with to make this detailed bluegill pud. I had 4 glitters, 6 colors, I mean, because I was counting the detail, the dotting paint and stuff like that. Like I said, pour baits are so much fun, but I will tell you this, it does take a lot of materials to make some very detailed. I mean, you can pour solid colors, you can pour a laminate, but I like to put that extra time and extra detail in it and stuff like that, and hope that my first cast with this pud, I don't snag it. I hope it's a big old bass. So I just wanted to show you that. Alright everybody, our bluegill pud is cool to the touch. Let's see if I knew what I was doing when I picked all these crazy colors to put with it. So come on out of there, come on out of there. Oh yeah, check that out. Oh, came out perfect. Now you can see the blues and the purples and that holographic. Oh, it looks great. Check it out. That monkey milk's a good color. Look how nice our belly came out. See that nice straight line? Well, a little short on one side. That's alright. Oh yeah, that is a good looking pud. Like I said, I did it with a soft blend because that makes this tail kick. Now it probably won't hold up to a lot of fish, but I definitely want to check, get their attention. So, but yeah, look at that purple and that blue and stuff. There's the monkey milk. Oh, I dig it. That looks awesome. Sweet. Alright everybody, since our bluegill pud came out so good, I want to shoot it again, but I want to jazz the next one up. I want to do like a disco gill. Like I want to put a lot of sparkle with it. So as you can see, I have some 8-bit bait products lined up next to the colors. So in the clear with the glitter in it, I got Siren, which is like purple and blue. I got Borealis going with this blue. I got Solar Sugar going with the tater, sweet tater. I'm going to put some San Andres with our green, and I gotta put Sonic with our monkey milk. So I'm gonna get this all mixed up. The next time you see this, I'm probably gonna have it already capsuled and detailed, and the skin pour on the head and stuff like that, because I'm trying to save some time, and then I'll show the colors as I'm making them. Alright, let me show you where we're at here. So we got it all detailed out. So I put 7 more drops of the blue in there to make it darkened up a little bit, and of course I put the Borealis. But if you have not put Siren scales in a capsule pour, I highly recommend it. I mean, that's in the clear. Look at all that sparkle. And then here's this side. I went back a little further with the blue this time, back to the other gill plate. Yeah, so alright, we're gonna get this started, and I'll see you in a little bit. Alright everybody, the bait is poured. Our disco gill is cooking as we speak. We're gonna cook it for probably another 8 to 10 more minutes, and then we'll cool it down, and then I will show it to you. But that San Andres mixed in with our green really made an awesome color. I cannot wait to see when this comes out of the mold. So I will see you all in a little while. All right, everybody, I'm excited to see this. Let's check this out. I've been calling it the disco gill. So we'll see how sparkly this thing really is. Look at that top. Wow. Come on, come on. Old smoker, come out one side. Oh, wow. Look at that. Wow, look at that tail. Look at those siren scales. And now you can really see the blue on the nose there. Wow, let's get that out of there. Man, that looks awesome. Look at that top. Whoa, that is cool. Heck yeah. That monkey milk looks great. Our belly. Got the blue nose like a bluegill. Wow, that is really, really cool. Yeah, definitely do capsule pours with some siren scales. That's cool. Alright, I'm going to get some eyes on both of them and I'll be right back. Alright, everybody, I'm back. I got eyes on these. Check that out. I went with like a burnt red kind of color for the regular one. When I say regular one, this one doesn't have the siren scales or Holoshifts, but it's still pretty sparkly. Look at all that purple and gold and blue right there. But yeah, I think it looks pretty good with like that red eye. And then I just went with a simple gold on our crazy one here, on our disco gill there. I really think that makes it pop. See how the nose turns blue? Where I put like that blue in there. See how it does that? Wow, that looks awesome. Man, let's see if we can see the solar sugar in the... Oh yeah. Yep. You can see the Sonic. And of course the San Andreas. The Borealis. Wow. And of course the siren scales. Pretty cool. I can't wait to throw each one of those. Those are awesome. So they came out looking pretty sweet, if I do say so myself. Alright, everybody, that is going to do it for this one. I appreciate you watching, and if you haven't yet, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Also, give this video a like, give it a share. I'd appreciate that too. And leave me a comment down below. Tell me what you thought of the baits that I made this evening. I think they both came out looking pretty sweet. I definitely cannot wait to get them out to the river and see if I can catch fish with them. But I believe that's going to do it for this one. But before we go, let's take a look at these baits.